Warning: the following video contains strong discussions on subjects not suitable for certain ages. Do not watch this video if you are under 15 years old. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Cameron Hooks, and if you aren't already subscribed, go hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell for future uploads. So today's video, we're going to be doing another movie ranking. I've done previously a movie ranking before, which was Star Wars. This one is going to be the famous, notorious killer doll, Chucky. At this point of the video, I warn you, like at the beginning of the video, this video will go into strong subjects and topics. So if you don't like this video in that kind of topics, I wouldn't watch this video. So please be advised for what you are watching from here on out. Let's get into the rankings. So coming in last place is Seed of Chucky. Seed of Chucky for me is the one Chucky movie where it's barely bearable. It's bad. It's just really bad. It's wacky. It's not even funny. Just things come across. It's just this and that. The whole story to it is just weird. It just, the puns, the gags, the story. It's just absolutely dreadful. And some of the lines in it, it's just awful. Where one of the jokes, spoiler alert, one of the jokes in there is to get a Britney Spears lookalike do Chucky kill her off and say a really bad line that, like, from the song, from one of the songs. It's a really dreadful joke, and the whole storyline itself, trying to transfer like Jennifer Tilly playing Tiffany, and it's just a mind kerfuffle. And the whole film itself, it's just wacky and weird, and just, it's not a great horror film to watch. Although it does cover some new things in a horror film, like gender issues and all that kind of stuff, but it just doesn't do anything really. So this film for me is just not a great film. Coming in 7th place is Child's Play 3. So Child's Play 3 for me is just not a great film. It's bearable, at least. It's nothing can get worse than the previous entry, Seed of Chucky, but Child's Play 3 is pretty much the same thing as the first two Child's Play. It's just very similar, very torn. It's just feels boring, and like, it's stuff we've previously seen in the previous two Chucky films, which are much better than this. I get what they try and do with the war atmosphere, with Andy Barclay being 16 and having this new kid Tyler being the soul transfer, but for me, that is the only interesting bit. The whole war theme, it's just boring. There's a whole better film with just war scenes better than Chucky. I don't get why they did that, but this one came out a year after the second Child's Play, so it just shows people, do not rush your production, or you'll end up with not a great film in people's opinions. So next on our list is the Child's Play remake. Child's Play remake isn't brilliant, but it's alright. It's definitely something unique in its own way, and I do like what they do with certain things. There's something, but it's just not as impactful as certain things, as some things. I will give props to the TV bit where Chucky scares Andy Barclay with it. I do give props to that, and the finale, that's alright, but the rest of the story just isn't impactful as much as it should be for a Child's Play remake. But I get what they're trying to do. I do like some of the actors' performances, especially Mark Hamill's voice acting for Chucky. That is a brilliant thing about this film, but in terms of the film itself, the story's great, but it just lacks the conviction for me, that's all. Next on our list is Bride of Chucky. Bride of Chucky is a good film for me. It does things right, and it does things wrong. In the story point, it's okay. In terms of the kills and all this, it was brilliant. It needed introducing Jennifer Tilly into the franchise was a much needed refresher since the last film bombed. Since Child's Play 3 didn't do that well, it was a much needed refresher in terms of pace, and Chucky now being the main character instead of an antagonist now is a good thing. We see another dimension to this beloved character. I don't like what they did with that, scene with it, with the two dolls. I can't say because this video might get demonetized. But in terms of the whole story, the Romeo and Juliet thing, I think they could have done better with that. But in terms of the film overall, it's a good film for me. Coming at fourth place on the list is Cult of Chucky. I like Cult of Chucky. Cult of Chucky was one of the first Chucky films that I bought for myself, and it was actually pretty good. It brings all the plot lines, all the characters from the previous films, minus Glenn from Seed of Chucky, but it just brings everything together. The kills, the gore, it's the most goriest Chucky film to date, and it has everything that combines that just makes a Chucky film a Chucky film. It's got the humor, got the kills. It just works in so many levels. It's like, I like what they did with the cliffhanger. I don't mind doing another cliffhanger. I just hope that cliffhanger pays off in the Chucky series that they're doing for next year. Next on the list is Curse of Chucky. So Curse of Chucky brought the series back to its brilliant original horror roots, and it does a brilliant job. It's one of my favourite Chucky films. It just, the suspense, the drama, the kills, the gore, the horror, the suspense, it just, everything connects with this film. It's just really good, and the characters and the whole family is just very hateable, which makes the kills more satisfying and more believable when they happen. And the introduction of Nika is the best introduction to the franchise since Jennifer Tilly herself. So that was a brilliant move from the director, Don Mancini, who directed Seed of Chucky. So, and this film was a 9-year gap from Seed of Chucky, and to be honest, well, it needed it, but to be honest, it was a good move. It made us forget about the past, and it brought a new dimension to Chucky, and I do get the plot. It does create some plot holes for the going back bit. I do admit, go for the family bit of how Chucky knows Nika's family and all that is a tiny bit of a plot hole, but I'm ignoring that because the whole film as a whole is pretty great, despite that. So coming in second place is the original Child's Play. This was a tough call between these two, but ultimately I chose the original Child's Play for second, and the reason why I'll reveal in the next bit. But Child's Play is a cultural. It introduces us to the many characters. It brings a whole new dynamic to the creepy doll figure, and it just is an amazing story. From kills to gore to suspense, it just brings, and it's like you don't know who's doing it, and then the big reveal halfway through the film, it's just brilliant. It just comes out and it just scares people, and if you are easily scared, it is not a film for you. But this film just generally delights me. It's like start to finish, it tells a really, really good story from start to end, and it just really just does the character to it, and it made the Chucky franchise go from there, and it made Chucky a house. And taking the top spot is Child's Play 2. First place is Child's Play 2, and why I've picked it is because it doubles up everything from the first film, and the first film is brilliant. It just gets straight into the kills. It just gets into I like the Kyle and Andy's relationship with it as well. I like all that, and I love how they do character building and how Chucky just gets straight in there with the kills and just mindful and cleverness with his kills. And the factory bit is the finale. The factory bit is one of the best things. It's like wonderful how they do it and how they do all that. And I will warn you about this bit, what I'm about to say. One of the kills in this film is is pure nightmare feel. It just literally, if you're easily scared, this particular doll scene will scare you. The factory guy, the technician, comes up, does the thing, and he does the doll's eyes. It is the freakiest of images I you can watch, and it is a pretty horrifying thing. It is pure. If you are easily scared by that, do not. But it just generally, this film from start to finish is the best Chucky film that there is. Anyway, that is it for you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment below what you think your Chucky movie ranking would be. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, hit the subscribe, and don't forget to turn the notification bell. I will see you guys later. Take care. Peace out.